G'day everyone, good to see you here for my third training video in the series about the first hour of a new account. This one is titled Rounding Out the Hour, and in it we will focus on the US Tier 2 cruiser, the Chester. If you recall from video 2, we upgraded the hull, so we'll take the Chester out now with those 6x127mm guns and see how she goes. And later in this video we'll upgrade them to 152mm and see if that makes us shoot better. This is also our third battle on our new account, so we've unlocked player versus player or PvP. Clearly after 3 battles we're ready for the big time, so off we go into PvP mode. In the battle loading screen we have the option to compare our ship to others, so let's take a quick look at that now. Firstly, you can see that there are a total of 2 players on the opposing team that have no colons either side of their name, so they're real humans. Same on our team, there's only 2 humans, the rest are bots. If history is anything to go by, this should be an interesting battle with this many bots. As we look further now at the opposition, let's compare the German Tier 2 cruiser Dresden with ours. You can see it looks about the same in stats, but if we look at the Jurien de la Gravière, we can see that she has much better artillery than us, something to watch out for. A quick apology to all French people everywhere for that atrocious accent, and let's move on. We've skipped through the pre-battle stuff and now we're looking at the map. And this here with the shift key, I'm clicking where my path is going to be for that autopilot thing. And I'm doing that and I'm choosing this path because, well, firstly, it's going to give me targets either side of my bow from what I can tell. So I'll have to make a choice once I'm in contact with the enemy on which side I'll engage on. But I'm also picking that path deliberately to demonstrate crossfire. I fully expect to be engaged by enemy either side of me, and I want you to see what that looks like and how rapidly it can go badly. Now, some general considerations with our Chester. We'll look at the bottom left there, and hopefully you can see with our guns the firing angles that we've got or we're going to have. So broadsides are going to give us a total of 4 guns firing at any one time. That's a front, back, and either the 2 left or the 2 right. But it also means that we can fishtail this ship and shoot the guns on either side of it a bit more frequently. So see there, the 4 greens come up and we've got 4 rounds downrange, so we turn our ship slightly right and we can get those guns onto target pretty well. The alternative here though is that we can engage targets on one side, like the left side there, and then rapidly switch around like we have here to the right, and we've got guns on target again quite quickly. We'll therefore continue to put fire onto these ships on our starboard side now, as they are the greater threat to us at the moment. You can see on the map that there's a destroyer out there, he's the triangle symbol, and there's a couple of cruisers, and they're rapidly passing after me, or the destroyer is at least, so I'm going to have to be careful here. So because that destroyer's out of sight, we're going to focus on this guy instead. He's nose on, we'll put some HE into him. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer across to armor piercing or AP. The reason is I want to shoot this other guy here who is fully broadside to me. I've got more chance of getting citadels on it now with this angle, and that's what I'm kind of aiming for because that's the big damage. Unexpectedly though, because listen to this, because I'm broadside to him, he actually citadeled me and I got a heavy damage message. So the bastard, here you go, take this in return, mate. And look at that, a citadel, so well done to me. I am in a little bit of trouble here though. I'm on fire, I've got half hit points left, I have alt clicked on that guy for secondaries, but what I notice is a beeping and it's enemy torpedoes. I'm going to wear 2 of these and I'm going to lose a bunch of hit points, and I'm still on fire. I have no repair available. I'm surrounded by enemies, still fighting, but it's not going to take much to kill me, and I can hear rounds and that's me gone. So unfortunately being surrounded like that meant that I died. The person that killed me was actually a player and not a bot. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was targeting me, because that makes sense to kill the greater threat, which you would expect to be a player rather than a bot. We've zoomed out now and we're going to have a bit of a look at just how this battle plays out. While I was in the middle of all of that fighting, if you look at the left-hand side of the map, the red circle is the enemy cap zone, and we've got a ship in there that's doing some capping. There's plenty of battle going on. You can hear people getting shot at and dying, and some of my team are compressed here in the middle. There's a player in there. Enemy crossfire going everywhere. Torps going left, right and centre. Quite challenging to try and survive that, particularly against bots, because their gunnery tends to be annoyingly accurate sometimes, and you end up having HE raining on you all day and you're on fire for half the battle. But we're bleeding ships there. But what's important is we are still capping the enemy's base. All of their ships are clustered, well, almost all of their ships are clustered here in this battle, and we're going to keep losing ships because we don't have enough there to fight them off. But our team is still capping their base as well. Now, if this was against players, you would tend to find that around 10 seconds ago, or maybe even now, people will be screaming in chat, the base, the base, the base. And folks will be turning their ships around to try and get back to their base to shoot whatever's capping it, to reset the cap, as we learnt in the other video. Unfortunately for the bots team and the players on it, it's a little bit too late. Too little too late. They can't cap our base quick enough, and we've got far too many ships on their base for them to actually wipe us out and take over. So ultimately, although we lost quite a few ships here, and we've lost more than the enemy, and I died pretty early, we've won that battle. So we'll skip all of the battle results. We'll go straight to the Chester because I'm excited. I want bigger guns. We got a new access level. Thanks for that. We go across though to the modules up the top there, and we're going to pick our 152 mils. We're going to click on research. Look at the big boost in artillery there. Research, pay the coin, 23 grand, and we now have big guns. You are of course free to insert whatever Gym Junkie reference there you wish, but for now I'm excited with these big guns that we've got, so let's take them into a battle, shall we? And the first thing you do when you got big guns, compare them to other big guns. So let's look at a Chester on the other team, and you can see that he's got less artillery than us, which means he's not upgraded. Good news. The South Carolina though on the other team, just by default, has way more artillery than us, meaning we're probably going to want to avoid getting shot by him, as we'll die. I should point out though that the first thing you would normally do when you've got big guns is go and show them off to the ladies. But if you follow that philosophy on this map or in this game, you're probably going to die again pretty quick. Anyway, there we are in the middle of the deployment zone, and we're heading straight towards the B or Bravo cap. And I like this map because it's got a bit of flexibility in how you play, and there's plenty of terrain to hide behind when you're a squishy cruiser like we are. We'll just have a quick look here though, first of all, at the round types we've got and the damage differences. You can see the numbers in maximum damage there. We're going to try and employ this smartly from behind these islands or within this Bravo area, because I expect we're going to see enemy, around the Charlie 4-5 area on the map. So the grid reference is Charlie 4. Read left and then top is the best way to do it. And we're probably going to see some more up towards the Charlie 8-7 area as well. But our area of interest is going to be the Charlie 4-5 area, and we're going to need to pick the right type of ammunition to shoot against whoever's there. Yes, we've got big guns now, and so we can go out and flex that a little bit. But the Battleship's not going to take armor-piercing rounds very easily. Enemy cruisers are going to take it. We've been detected already, so whoops. And that's it. There you go. Destroyer's got us eyeballed, so we're going to have to start shooting at him. And so HE for the Destroyer. Whilst armor piercing will hurt him more overall, HE gives us that module critting. There we go. We've incapacitated something on him. That's what we're wanting from HE, and that's why we shoot HE at Destroyers. It means you can possibly take out their rudder or take out their prop, putting him as a sitting target. I think he just rammed him. Yeah, he did. There you go. There's a ram kill. Well done. It makes that target go quickly, and there's another destroyer there, so I don't think he's got the hit points to go and ram that guy, but he looks like he's having a red hot go. I'm hopeful that he can get some good damage in there, but I'm pretty sure he's about to die. It's starting to get a little bit tight in here. We've got a few enemy there in front of us. Look around here, there's a destroyer from our team right behind us here. We just lost a ship. There's a trade-off there, but it's tit for tat, so that's okay. But It is crowded. We've got to watch for torps. That smoke is going to shield a lot of stuff that's going on. Until that smoke disappears, we're not going to really know stuff. So we're going to put some HE down this way. And we've just seen a team kill. So bottom left, you can see one of our team members has turned pink. And there's a message come up that he's received a disciplinary penalty for causing damage to allies. You'll probably find that he lobbed some torps or something downrange into that circle area and killed his mate. Okay, back to shooting this guy. We're dropping AP into him now, and you can see we're not really getting a lot out of that. So we'll switch to a more broadside target, and didn't we learn before that broadside AP is really good? Well, watch what happens when we shoot at a battleship. Two pretty much non-effective hits. So we've switched to HE for the battleship. The reason is that that battleship is bigger, it's heavier armored, and we're a little tiny cruiser. So AP from our rounds is not going to do a lot. So we're going to switch to HE and we're going to get some reasonable damage on him still. But the hope is that we can drop a fire on him, or 2 or 3 or 4. And look at that, we're getting some good hits on that guy now and doing some damage. This destroyer though I've chosen is a closer threat because he's got torps and stuff. So we're going to try and crit his mods. And yeah, well, we'll just kill him straight out. Why muck around with modules? Let's just wipe him out. So, whilst I want to shoot that battleship and tick over some damage, the bigger threats at the moment, well, I'm not getting targeted by anybody except the cruisers close range, and they're an easier kill. So I said this in an earlier video that if you can take out enemy ships quicker, take out the stuff with low hit points, take out the stuff that's shooting at you in particular, but take out stuff that you can kill quickly, which reduces the number of guns that are firing downrange at your team. And hello, there's a destroyer that's come around behind us, and yet another fascinating part of this map. We weren't watching that at all. He snuck around through that other cap zone. It hasn't been capped, and he's right on us. So let's kill him quick, because he's probably going to ruin us if we leave him there. But you know, he's chipping away at our team from behind there. We're even on the numbers, but we're starting to lose a bit here, I think. We've got this enemy team that was going down for the Charlie cap. They've actually turned around and come back now, and they're pressing on this Bravo cap where we are. And our guys here are damaged or out of position, or more importantly, we're a little bit tight in our grouping, whereas these ships are spread out and they've got lots of ocean in the enemy team to sail around. So, you know, we might not do so well here. I'm hiding in smoke, though. I'm shooting AP at this guy. Well, I'm shipped to HE now because my AP wasn't doing enough to him. Righto, so what else am I worried about? Well, I'm worried about the enemy down the bottom left there, although one of the cruisers on their side just died, so that balances it a little bit. I'm worried that I'm detected, and that means that people might start shooting at me. I think they're going to kind of keep an eye on that destroyer there, though, first, and target him a bit more. This cruiser we're smashing is going to die, so I'm pretty happy with that. My secondaries are getting a few hits. Look over behind it, South Carolina, and it's looking pretty healthy. Our destroyer is 342 hit points, so battleships are a nice target because you can aim at a fair bit of them, and they're pretty slow, especially at this tier. So I'm kind of trying to aim there at the superstructure a little bit with high explosive rounds and get my rounds to hit along the top there and hopefully cause a fire. Yep, got one there, that's good. We're getting penetrations, but you can see, look, he's crawling down in hit points, and it doesn't help that I miss. The old rule though, you see a ship with a lot lower hit points, smash him. I probably should switch to AP now, but I want to keep that HE loaded for the guns for the South Carolina, so I should be able to do enough, if I can hit it, to this Chikuma to get rid of it pretty quick. Not getting enough rounds downrange though, so that's a bit of a problem. And again, you can see the warnings coming up all the time for how tight we are. Oh, there's some armor-piercing rounds from the South Carolina trying to get me. You can see how tight it is though. Every so often the warning comes up for watching out for islands, so I'm sort of going forwards and backwards a bit here and spinning left to right in that. This should hopefully finish him off. Yes, good, happy with that. But we're pretty close to this South Carolina now, so the beauty of the Chester here is that it does have all those guns either side, so we were shooting out to the starboard side, and now we can quickly flick to port and put down rounds downrange straight away. But he's going to broadside me. Yeah, look at that, bam, 50% of my hit points just vanished in his first salvo, which is pretty brutal. I can't sustain, what was it, Admiral Akbar? Can't sustain firepower of that magnitude? Yeah, you're right, buddy. You can't. I don't really feel like running at that Star Destroyer though, so I'm going to not do that. Still hitting him on the superstructure. Lots of good fire ribbons happening there, and he's now back onto me, so I'm going to see if I can run around the corner of this island and burn him out a bit. Check his hit points. He's about half, just over half. The battle's looking even. It's 4v4. We've got, well, I'm the only player on our team. Well, now it's 4v3, so that's good news. We've got, that's another South Carolina though, up there in the top right of the map. And okay, so if you look closely, the 3 ships that you can see at the moment from the enemy are all battleships, because they've got those 2 black stripe lines through the middle of them. So I'm in the middle of the ocean with a battleship to the port, a battleship to the starboard, and a battleship behind me. The one behind me is burning thanks to my lovely rounds, but he's also hitting me. The Nassau that's coming towards me is well in range. It's probably going to kill me, I reckon. The South Carolina way back out there at Charlie's Cap, it's not as much of a threat, so I'm kind of okay with that. I'm not as worried about it, and I'll just do a bit of weaving here as I'm driving. I am in a squishy cruiser. These are tier 3 ships that I'm fighting against, so everything about them is nastier. I'm thankful that their gunnery is so bad. Even their bots, it's a bit unusual. Normally I see the bots shooting a little bit straighter, and we're gonna still try and hit the closest target, I guess. We could be gunning back at that South Carolina in the middle, but now he's gone invisible, so I don't really have much choice here, do I? I've had to stick with this Nassau. I've got my secondaries. You can hear them all pumping down range. His secondaries going all over the place. My team's coming in now to help finally, but I don't think I'm going to survive this. I really don't. He's just too close, and only 1 or 2 hits from his main guns will destroy me. Even his secondaries are getting pretty close to the same size as my mains. But I am trying to get around behind him as far as I can. See how his turrets, they're trying to turn. It's like the light horseman at Beersheba. I'm getting under his guns, so to speak, but I'm actually just out turning his guns. Same principle though. So his main guns now can't point at me with the exception of that rear turret. Every other gun is pointed somewhere else, so I'm only going to take that one turret shooting at me. So it means that I've got another, whatever the reload time is, 15-20 seconds before he shoots at me again from that particular gun, and that's quite handy. He's got 2 guns pointing at me now. Yep, there they are. So that was our upgraded Chester with the big guns. I hope you enjoyed that particular video. What we might do now is we might just skip through and have a look at the Iwaki Alpha. It's one of my ships that I scored for being an alpha tester. It's a lovely little ship. It's got torpedoes, it's got smoke, it's a cruiser, its guns have got a reasonable reload rate. I was having a bit of fun here the other night with battle, and I like to get up in amongst it with this thing. It's probably one of my most played ships actually, if you look at my account details. So anyway, thanks for coming along. I'm glad you were here, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Look forward to the next one with you. See you then.